All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a 49er video as we do our final mock draft of 2025, the final mock of the season. And we're switching it up a little bit, but we're doing our final mock. And we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Get some brisket chili. Tell them that Krug sent you. We're also brought to you by Mancini's Sleep World. That's right. Looking to upgrade your sleep? Now's the perfect time. Our friends at Mancini's Sleep World are kicking off their spring clearance sale starting Tuesday, March 25th. You don't want to miss these deals. Up to 50% off select mattresses, 2 free pillows with any Tempur-Pedic mattress purchase, plus an extra 10% off when you use our exclusive code KRUG10, K-R-U-E-G 10. You'll save 10% off. And here's the best part. Mancini's has a 365-night comfort guarantee. They give you a full year to decide if the mattress is a perfect fit for you. They have free next day delivery and a best price guarantee. So the spring clearance sale runs from March 25th through April the 28th. So do not wait. Click the link in the description, shop now, and experience better sleep with Mancini's Sleep World. Once again, click inside the description. Make sure you use the code KRUG10 to get 10% off. You won't get 10% off unless you do it. Click inside the description. Make sure you use the code KRUG10, K-R-U-E-G 10, and you'll get 10% off at any of Mancini's locations or online at sleepworld.com. All right, we have arrived. It is NFL draft week. The 49ers have 11 picks in the upcoming draft. I do believe they'll trade back from 11 and wind up with a couple more. We are going to do one trade back in our mock, and we're going to add 2 extra picks, an extra second-round pick and an extra 7th-round pick. So let's get right to it and tell you what we did in our final mock draft of 2025. All right. So the Niners have the 11th pick right now, and they got a ton of needs. They really do. On offense, I think they have they need I think they could use another running back, another receiver, a tight end who's dynamic, an offensive lineman or 2, maybe even a quarterback. You need a kicker. Defensive wise, you need 2 defensive tackles, a defensive end, maybe a pass rusher in addition, a couple linebackers, a free safety, and maybe a couple corners. So I don't know that they can get it done, get everything they need to get done. I don't think they can get that done in this draft, but we're going to try. We're going to start off by trading back. The 49ers could either trade up, stay where they're at, or potentially trade back. And the Niners are one of 5 teams, if you believe the reports, that would like to trade back. Now, will they be successful? It takes 2 to tango. But I do believe they'll be successful trading back. I think Denver would like to trade up. I think when teams are on the clock, there may be other teams that are willing to trade up to secure their player. But it's all about getting a decent price. Now, I'm suggesting the 49ers trade back anywhere between 5 to 7 or 8 spots, from 11 to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, in that range. 15 to 20 is where I would target. And at that point, I'm taking Kenneth Grant, the big defensive tackle from the University of Michigan. I thought about Walter Nolan. I've thought about Shamar Stewart. I thought about Derek Harmon. But Kenneth Grant is too special. He's 6'4", he's 330, 21 years of age. Wink Martindale was the D coordinator at Michigan. He used him as a nose tackle, but he also used him as a 3 technique. This guy's enormously strong against the run. You have to combo block him. You got to double him. He's so big and so strong. I think he's a 3-down player. I think he's versatile. He's really strong against the run. He ran a 5'1", 340. He also had 27 reps at 225 on the bench. Good number. Natural power. This guy's got natural power. What I love is he's not a sloth. This guy really hustles. He's got rare speed. I mean, he's 6'4", 330, but he looks like a guy who's about 275 with the way he moves. He's also really, really good at getting his hands up. He's had 10 pass deflections over the last 2 seasons. He's become a leader in 2024. You're talking about 300. This guy was 300 pounds in middle school, by the way. And he's not a huge sack the quarterback guy in college, 6.5 career sacks. But To me, I love Kenneth Grant. Now, he's not a perfect player. At times, he'll play too high. I think you're going to have to be concerned about weight issues throughout his career. He did have some right foot tendonitis going back to high school, but this is an athletic big man who played hoops, ran track in high school. I think this guy can be a 3-down player. He's way better than Mozzie Smith. I'll say this. I think Kenneth Grant is the better pro between him and Mason Graham. Graham was the better college player, but I think Grant's upside and talent is going to make him the better pro. So I would trade from 11 down into, as I said, 15 to 22 in that range, and I would draft Kenneth Grant to start my 2025 draft rebuild of the Niner roster. Why Grant? Okay, let's talk about it for a second. To me, this is the wave of the future in the NFL is big defensive linemen and small linebackers who can run and cover tons of grass, tons of territory, tons of real estate. And that's what I would try to build. A big physical blocker absorbing offensive line, and then linebackers that can really run and get to the football and hit and set the tone and cover that second level. So we're starting our draft with Kenneth Grant, and to me, he's a unique player, and I think he's a great player. Okay, potentially a great player. He needs to be coached up, but I like the fact that Chris Kasarik is a really good coach, and I think he's a perfect fit for the 49er defensive line. He will absorb blockers. He'll also get into the backfield. He'll have to be doubled just surely because of his mass and size. And I think Chris will coach him to play with more leverage with a bended knee. And I think you're going to see Kenneth Grant play his best football in San Francisco. So I love the pick. That's the first round pick. In round 2, pick 43, this is their first second-round pick. I'm going with Jaylen Null, the wide receiver from Iowa State. Now, I think there'll be some debate inside the Niner war room about Alec Ayamaner from Stanford, and I think John Lynch probably really likes Alec, but Brock Purdy likes Jaylen Null, and it's Brock Purdy's weapon. And I think this is Brock Purdy's call. This is getting Brock some help. If you're Brock, maybe you take a few less bucks from the Niners, and, a player like this could make you really happy. 5'10", 195, but he had 81 receptions this year at 8 touchdowns. He ran 4.39. He had a 41.5-inch vertical, 23 reps on the bench of 225. I mean, that is impressive. I mean, we just told you Kenneth Grant had 27 reps. And he's a big defensive tackle. Jaylen Null is a slot receiver, smallish, 5'10", 195-pound receiver, and he had 23 reps. So he's a Kansas City, Missouri kid. He's a 3-year starter at Iowa State. 70% of the time he was in the slot this last year, was used a lot in backfield motions, which I think makes him a perfect fit for the 49ers. He had 8 receptions of 50-plus yards over the last 2 seasons. That's third most in the FBS. This guy can be your punt returner. He can be your kick returner. He's durable. He's only missed 1 game in 4 years. He's an elite competitor, 2-year team captain. This guy's got 245 career receptions, very productive, smooth in and out of the breaks, excellent ball skills, incredible hands, very quick, elite burst. This is a difference maker, man. This is a difference maker. I'm not drafting a 5'10", 195-pound guy in the second round because he ain't special. This guy is really, really special. Some people compare him to Amon-Ra. I think this guy's going to be a superstar. I really do. I think this is the guy, and Brock Purdy would love to have him. He said great things about him. They played together when Null was a freshman and Brock was in his final year at Iowa State. Jaylen Null is the receiver that, he's the number 1 receiver that Brock Purdy really needs. He's going to be the guy. And that, to me, you're looking for a star. This is a star. This guy's an absolute star, and you're taking him in round 2. All right, because you moved back from 11, though, you have a second round 2 pick. And with that one, I'm taking Olo Dejio, the former Cal Bear inside linebacker who finished up at UCLA as an edge rusher, looked great in Mobile. I think, KJ Wright fell in love with Olo Dejio, and the Niners can get him here in the second round with this trade down, and I would take him. Just great personality, super fired up, edge rusher, getting nothing but better and better and better. He hasn't even done the job for that long. I think Olo Dejio could be a starter opposite Nick Bosa right away. So that's round 2. Now we're in round 3. We're at pick 75. And I'm going with Anthony Belton, the big offensive tackle from NC State. His nickname is Escalade. 6'6", 336 pounds. This guy was a no-star high school recruit. I mean, he was not heavily recruited. He's a Tallahassee, Florida kid. Once again, the Niners, heavy emphasis in this draft, just like last year, on guys with experience. This guy's a 6-year senior. He's already graduated. He's got his degree. 3-year starter in a zone blocking scheme. 35-inch arms, great foot speed. Started off at Georgia Military College and then transferred. 32 starts at left tackle in the ACC. Love this guy. Graduated, smart, long arms, tough, scheme, fit, the whole deal. Anthony Belton, pick number 75. I think he's a plug-and-play guy. I would start him at right tackle week 1 and move Colton McKivitz to left guard. That's how I would go with it. I love Belton. I think he's the perfect tackle for the 49ers in their scheme. So at pick number 100, this is a tough call because there's a lot of good players on the board. But, man, I love RJ Harvey, the running back from Central Florida, who was amazing this year for Gus Malzahn. 5'8", 205-pound running back, 6-year senior, another experienced kid. He's from Orlando, Florida, ex-quarterback. He's an incredible kick returner as well. He had 54 runs this year of 10-plus yards. He runs 4.4 flat, had 48 career touchdowns. This guy had 75 yards or more in all 21 of his final college games. He's the team captain. He's already graduated with 1 degree. He's working on his 2nd degree. 5'8", 205, but incredibly powerful. Powerful, can run through arm tackles, 4.4 flat speed to let him, he can take it to the house. He's a home run hitter. He can catch it out of the backfield. RJ Harvey is dynamic, and the Niners need dynamic. And I think Harvey's going to give them quite a bit. And I have him going to the Niners at pick number 100. Love that pick. All right, round 4. Now we're in round 4. It's pick 113. And to me, the perfect guy for the Niners at right here is Anias Peebles, the defensive tackle from Virginia Tech, the Duke transfer. Another guy, 5th-year senior, very experienced player, 6'1", about 280 pounds, 3 technique. They used him a little bit as a 4-eye. He can be used as a 5 technique. I really believe Peebles could be lined up anywhere on the Niner front. You can line him up as a wide 9 outside rusher. His first step is electric. I love this guy's first step. He has a 4.9 440 at roughly 300 pounds. His nickname is Fub. They call him Fub. Fub, come out to Santa Clara and rush the passer. I love Anias Peebles, situational rusher. And this is the great thing about Peebles. It doesn't matter what other 3 linemen you have out there. This guy's going to go hunt quarterbacks. So you want to put him in a 4-man line, a defensive end, and a wide 9, go for it. You want to put him at the 3 technique, go for it. You want to put him in the 4-eye, you want to put him in a 5 technique, you want to make, this is the guy, Anias Peebles. Defensive tack, Vatek. Love him as a pass rusher. Got to have that 3rd down pass rusher who can be versatile and can rush from anywhere, and that's this guy. He is fun to watch. All right, now we're at pick number 138 in the 4th round. And, you lost Greenlaw, and you don't have that linebacker yet. But there's some good ones here in day 3. And I'm really, really excited about day 3 because, to me, the best part about this draft is day 3 linebackers. They're loaded. They're loaded, and I'm taking them. I'm taking 3 of them in this draft. All right, in round 4, pick number 138. I'm taking Demetrius Knight, the inside linebacker from South Carolina. 6'2", 235. Once again, experienced player. He's 25, 6th-year senior from Locust Grove, Georgia. Spent 4 years at G-Tech. Played this year middle linebacker, played the Mike linebacker in a flex nickel scheme. He's the captain. He's got unbelievable burst, and this guy's nasty. I love Demetrius Knight. He's a descendant. He's related in some ways to Gladys Knight and Aretha Franklin. So there's some musical chops in his background. But this guy's awesome, man. This is a very special player. And to me, you get this guy starts day one, right next to Fred Warner, and I think becomes one of the best players on your defense. Demetrius Knight, steal of a pick in the 4th round. All right, pick number 147 in round 5. Arande Gadson II, the Syracuse tight end. Now, there's a lot of great tight ends in this draft. This kid's 6'5", he's 241 pounds. He's a 2-year starter for the Cuse, 10-inch hands, another guy with experience, 4th-year junior. He played the Joker tight end spot for the Cuse. So, I mean, really, really good football player. He had a Liz Frank injury in 2023 and then came back and played this year and played well. Runs in the 4.6s. He played that Joker tight end spot for Syracuse. What does that mean? 58% of the time he was lined up in the slot. 33% of the time he was lined up in line. And roughly 9% of the time he was lined up wide. So they moved him around. But this guy's got difference-making skills. 2nd-generation player. His dad played in the NFL with the Cowboys. And Gadson is just a big, rangy, talented, flexed out tight end who I think is going to be a dynamic receiver. I think he's going to be a really, really good receiver. I love Arande Gadson's upside. He's not a blocker per se. He's more of a receiver. But, man, he's a damn good one and gives you a really dynamic weapon. All right, round 5, staying in round 5. Niners have multiple picks in round 5. As I said, it's a great day for day 3 is a great day for linebackers, and Chris Paul is on the board on almost all the mocks I'm looking at pick 160. And this kid would be a great Niner. Really, really good player. 4th-year junior, another kid with experience. Started at Arkansas and transferred to Ole Miss. 6'1", 222 pounds. What I love about him, he's got 4.6 speed. He's really athletic, very productive, but he just plays all out. I mean, there is a relentlessness to Chris Paul's game. There is a determination, a fire, and intensity. He reminds me a little bit of Greenlaw because he just it's so important to him. I mean, the guy is playing for keeps. You got to have a couple guys in your defense that are just out for blood. And that's this guy. I mean, he is just absolutely serious about his craft. And it's time to upgrade this linebacking core. And you're doing it right here. Demetrius Knight and Chris Paul added to Fred Warner. Let's go. To me, this is a great value add to add this guy in the 5th round. All right, let's get to the 7th round because we're there now. With the first pick in the 7th round, the Niners have 3 picks in the 7th round, and they added a 4th in the trade back. I'm going with Riley Leonard, the Notre Dame quarterback. I really believe the magic in Riley Leonard. I think he may last to the 7th round because some people project him as a backup. I think he showed at the combine. He's got plenty of arm strength. He's got some swagger, super competitive, very smart. This kid is an athlete. He's not afraid. I think he'll push Brock Purdy. I think he'll be good for Purdy. He'll be good for Mac Jones. He'll probably wind up beating out Tanner Mordecai. But that's going to be, I really see special in Riley Leonard. I wouldn't take a quarterback with so many other needs unless I thought the kid had real special ability. And he does. He absolutely does. He's a winner. Kid is a winner. He's an athlete. He's determined. I think he's going to be a great competitor for the 49ers for years and years and years. I'm loving Riley Leonard, so I'm taking him in round 7. Another guy that I love a ton is Willie Lampkin. I've been talking about him this entire draft cycle. And Mel Kiper loves him, and Matt Miller loves him, and now I feel somewhat vindicated. This guy's a center. He's a guard. He's a fullback. He's whatever you want. He's a championship wrestler. He's 5'11", 290. This guy's got 72 snaps in his career at left tackle. He's got long arms. He's a fierce competitor. 61 career starts over 5 seasons. Great wrestler, incredible leverage player. I love him as an all-world fullback. This is the guy that retires juice. Get Lampkin, and you'll run the ball better on the goal line. Use him as fullback. Use him as a center. I'd take a look and see if he could beat out Brendel. I'll try him at guard. I'll try him at fullback. I got to have this guy. This is a culture player. This guy is awesome. Willie Lampkin. My buddy Rick Mueller recruited him to Coastal Carolina. He had a great career at Coastal. finished up playing for Mac Brown for North Carolina, and this guy dominated in Mobile against bigger, better guys. Gray Zabel from North Dakota State is a 6'5" offensive lineman. Willie Lampkin's got longer arms than Gray Zabel. So he plays with leverage. He's got great long arms. He's a fierce competitor. I love him. I don't care if he never plays a down at center or guard. I love him as a fullback. I think this guy is a Pro Bowl fullback and a culture-changing player that allows the 49ers to run the ball in short yardage. I love Willie Lampkin in round 7. All right, with my second to last 7th-round pick, I'm taking Kobe Bryant from Kansas. Now, I'm a little surprised that Kobe Bryant is here. He's got 13 career interceptions, 6 feet, 180 pounds. He's from Evergreen, Alabama. I love this guy. First team All Big 12. He can play man, he can play off, but he's best in zone coverage, which fits the Niners. They play a ton of zone. What I love about this guy, though, he is the ultimate alpha. This guy is skinny and has some strength deficiencies. Don't tell him, because he is the ultimate alpha. This guy wants to get in your face, talk tons of trash. He's got swagger for days. I love the feisty corner that gets in your face and will not let you beat him. And that's Kobe Bryant. This guy played opposite Mello Dotson for Kansas this year. Dotson is a bigger corner, but this guy was even more tenacious. And he's just got great ball skills, cocky with swagger. He's the leader. Just love him. Absolutely love him. Kobe Bryant. Love Noel Williams as well, but I think Noel's going to go in like the 3rd or 4th round, and now you're in the 7th round. I think Kobe Bryant may fall to the 7th round just because of how slight he is. But, man, I really love his swagger and his alpha leadership ability and his coverage ability, and I think he's a perfect fit for the Niners' heavy-duty zone scheme. And with the final 7th-round pick, because you got an extra 2nd and an extra 7th for trading back in the 1st round, I'm going to, once again, go where the depth of the class is. You could go running back, you could go defensive tackle, but to me, it's the linebacking crew on day 3 that's so amazing. And I'm taking Eugene Asante, who's 6 feet, 222 pounds. He's got the heart and determination of Dre Greenlaw. He ran in the 4.5s. He's a leader. He's tough. He can play forward. He can play backward. To me, I'm coming out of this draft with, 3 my brand new linebacking core. I've got Fred, but now I've added Chris Paul, Demetrius Knight, and Eugene Asante. So, yes, I've improved my offensive line. Yes, I've improved my defensive line. Yes, I've added some dynamic weapons along the way, but I've redone my linebacking core on day 3. And to me, that's the underrated aspect of this mock draft. So there you go. There is my final 49ers 2025 NFL mock draft. Round 1, we're trading back. We're going with Kenneth Grant between 15 and 20. Round 2, we're going to start off at 43 with Jaylen Null. We're coming back with Olo Dejio. Round 3, we're drafting Anthony Belton, the man they call Escalade at NC State, to play offensive tackle. We're also adding RJ Harvey, the running back from Central Florida. In round 4, we're adding Anias Peebles and Demetrius Knight. And round 5, we're adding Gadson, the all-world tight end from Syracuse, and Chris Paul. And then we have 4 picks that we finish up with in the 7th round. And we're going quarterback Riley Leonard, offensive lineman / fullback Willie Lampkin, cornerback Kobe Bryant, and linebacker Eugene Asante. There you go. There is our final mock for the year. Now, I also believe the 49ers are going to be big players in the undrafted market for a number of guys, depending on how the draft goes. If it goes this way, well, I could see them definitely trying to get a receiver or two, possibly as an undrafted player. I could also see them possibly picking up a free safety as an undrafted player. I do believe the Niners are going to be very, very active in the UDFA market because they have money and they have opportunity. And I think you'll see them probably go sign 4 or 5 key guys. I'd love to see, the 49ers, add a couple guys. Shunderick Powell is one of my favorites, the return guy from Central Arkansas. I think he would be an outstanding get for the 49ers after the draft. So there you go. I also expect the 49ers to probably use one of these picks in a trade for a veteran. The guy that's super intriguing to me is Jameson Williams of the Lions. I think the Lions are going to trade him for a day 3 pick because they don't want to pick up that 5th-year option. He's the kind of home run threat and vertical threat that really the 49ers lack. And he's a space-creating, dynamic play guy. And that's the kind of receiver that I think they need to complement what they have already. So that would be a guy that if Detroit wanted to move Jameson Williams, if he was healthy, man, I would absolutely try to move a 26 pick or day 3 2025 pick to them for a player like that. Why? Because to me, that kind of vertical threat is exactly the kind of space creating element and big playability that this offense lacks. The Niners have the oldest offense in football, and they're also one of the slowest. And a guy like Jameson Williams would give them that field stretching factor that they don't have right now. All right. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krueger Show. Thanks to Mancini's for sponsoring this video. And thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krueger Show on YouTube.